Everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. You guys, today we're gonna do another easy, in my opinion, cake. Now I was so excited to do that last cake, which was the hummingbird cake. I had never done one before, and a lot of you really appreciated that simple recipe because again, I'm not using a cake mixer. I'm going to do everything by hand. You'll notice the mixer has been moved. Now by all means, you can always use your mixer if that's what you prefer to do, but I want to make this as easy for me as I possibly can. And I think this is an easy recipe. Of course, I can't say what your level of comprehension or understanding may be, but if I were to rate this from easy peasy to extremely hard, I think it's really easy, so don't make it difficult. The holidays are upon us and I'm really wanting you all to be able to make these quick, easy desserts, okay? Like I said, I gave you guys, pounded you all with the pound cake, so I think this month, at least November, probably part of December too, I'm going to focus on some really simple, easy recipes for those of you who do not want to do pound cakes, for those of you who are intimidated by pound cakes. And there are some people who will never ever even try to bake a pound cake, okay? So I'm trying to kind of cater to you guys in this season, and several of you mentioned that you certainly appreciated me thinking of those of you that may be kind of challenged when it comes to baking. So this is easy. It's a lot like the hummingbird cake, but it is the carrot cake this time. I'm going to make a few changes, and just those simple changes will make, in my opinion, will make all the difference in the world, and it's going to taste like a totally different cake, okay? Now, I know there are several ways that you can make a carrot cake, but the ingredients that my husband wanted, he wanted the pineapples again, he wanted the pecans, of course the carrots. A lot of people do raisins, they do coconut, they do walnuts. That's not what he wanted, but if you want those ingredients, you can. If you wanted to do walnuts, you can omit the pecans and do walnuts. You can also add your coconut and add some raisins, okay? But I'm gonna fix this the way he prefers it. Of course, I have already roasted my pecans. You guys, please take the extra couple of minutes to roast or toast your pecans. It brings out the nutty flavor and it makes a world of difference. I roasted these on 350 for maybe about 8 minutes. You just have to watch them, okay? So depending on how your oven bakes and cooks, sometimes my oven, honey, she done started tripping, so I had to keep my eye on these so I wouldn't burn them. So I've already roasted my pecans. That's about 1.5 cups, all right? So again, I'm using simple ingredients. I'm not using white lily flour. Now when I run out of this, I may get me some. I'll probably get me some white lily all-purpose flour, but right now I'm using what I have. I'm not making it difficult, okay? So we're going to use this all-purpose flour from Walmart. Now we're going to do 3 cups. I've already added 2 cups to my mixing bowl, but I'm going to show you exactly how you should measure your flour doing the spoon method, okay? So we're going to do 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I have my 2 cups of sugar here. And then we're going to do 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. And you guys, I'm also going to add a teaspoon of nutmeg this time. Oh, I love nutmeg. Love the smell. I love the taste. It reminds me of my mom and how she would cook and bake when we were growing up. And then I'm going to do a teaspoon of baking soda. Shout out to one of our YouTube family members that mentioned to me, Miss Donna, get the baking soda that doesn't have aluminum. I looked when I went to the store. I looked. Wasn't able to find it, so I'm going to keep looking so I can find me the baking soda that does not have aluminum. So I really appreciated that tip. Okay, and then we're going to do a teaspoon of salt. And some of these ingredients I will measure out together. We're going to do it on camera, and I'm doing that intentionally. I know some people say, well, to save time, you can have everything pre-measured. And I usually do that with my pound cakes, but this cake really doesn't take long. excuse me, this cake really doesn't take long, so I just want to measure some things with you all while I'm on camera. Okay, so I've already gone through what's considered our dry ingredients, all right? And our dry ingredients will be in this bowl. So now we're going to talk about our wet ingredients, and we're going to do 3 large eggs. They are room temperature. Okay, as you see, I've already cracked them. Then we're going to do 1 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Y'all, this is some simple vegetable oil I picked up from Aldi. Okay, and then we're going to do a tablespoon of, I'm going to do a tablespoon or more of my vanilla, pure vanilla extract. Great value brand, Wally World. And then we have 8 ounces of crushed pineapple with the juice. So you guys see the juice is still in there. And to that I'll be adding, now I had 4 carrots, okay? This is about a cup of carrots. You can add more if you like. I did cook my carrots, okay? I cooked them, and then when I put them on a plate, and I took my knife, not my knife, you telling a story. I took my fork and just smushed them like this. I didn't want to puree them because I didn't want them, they just really would have disappeared in the cake. I'm sure it would have made the batter kind of orange, which is fine. But I do want to see little specks of the carrots. I just don't want them crunchy, okay? I don't want to bite into raw carrots in the cake. I know they'll cook some in the oven when I bake the cake, but it's not going to be enough for me. So I wanted our carrots soft, so I cooked them, and then like I said, I just took my fork like this and just mashed them, okay? You can add more. Like I said, this is about a cup. And let's see, I've already done the pecans. Oh, let me show you something about the pecans, because when I roasted them, actually when I chopped them, I chopped some of them really fine, and I want the ones that are really, they're almost kind of like, not necessarily quite as fine as a powder, but they are really fine. So I'm going to save those that are really fine to put on top of the cake, okay? So I just want you to see what happens when I put this through the sifter, how all of those little fine pieces just come out on my napkin. See that? You guys, that's what I'm going to put on top of my cake. Okay? So then that way I was able to keep the pecans that were larger inside my little sifter. Alright? I'm preheating my oven to 340 degrees. You guys, I did 350 for the hummingbird cake. I think I'm going to do 340 this time. Cook it just a little bit slower to help with the even baking, okay? Now I mentioned to you guys that I wanted to measure this last cup of flour on camera with you all. Alright, let me see if I need to, I'm going to bring you guys over here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And you all already know I have thoroughly washed my hands. Y'all don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just nasty. Okay? So this is how you measure your dry ingredients. This is or measure your flour. This is considered a dry measuring cup, and this is considered a liquid measuring cup. Okay? And I don't really talk about this when I do my pound cake. So I said, you know what, let me mention this while I'm doing these layer cakes. And you guys, this is called the spoon in method. You just spoon it in. You don't pack it down. You don't shake it around to get the flour even. Also, shout out to Miss Cynthia, who lives here in our hometown, that sent me my silicone spatula. Thank you so much, Miss Cynthia. But then you just take it and you just rake it across. That's all you do. And that's how you properly measure, okay? So that's the last cup. And we're gonna put it in there with our dry ingredients. Oh, it's just the flour right now. And then I always just take the rest of it and just pour it back into the bag. Okay, and for those of you that, some of you asked me about these little, gosh, I don't even know what you call them. Little placemats or whatever you want to call them. I've had these for years. I'm trying to keep this flour from flying everywhere. I got those from Pampered Chef years ago. Pampered Chef years ago. You guys, I love Pampered Chef too. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. So here we have our 3 cups of sugar. I'm sorry. I'm telling a story. 3 cups of all-purpose flour. To that we're going to add our 2 cups of sugar. Next we're adding our cinnamon. I'm going to do 1 1/4 cup of cinnamon. Not 1/4, girl, you keep telling stories. Not 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to do, 1 1/2. Y'all, I'm sorry. 1 1/2 teaspoons of cinnamon. If that's a little bit more, that is fine too. It's giving y'all all the wrong measurements. Then for my nutmeg, we're going to do 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Ugh, I love the smell of nutmeg. Wipe that off a little bit. Okay. Our baking soda, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And I usually take it and just slide it across the top. Is it going to act right today? Just slide it across the top. And then finally, our 1 teaspoon of salt. One teaspoon of salt. Mix this around. Okay. Now for our wet ingredients, we're going to start with our 3 large eggs. Gonna mix these a little bit. Then we have our 1 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. And with my extract, I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to pour. This is the pure vanilla. All of that. Oh, you guys, I forgot to mention too. I also want to add a little bit of my pecan flavor to this. When I did the hummingbird, you guys will remember I did pineapple. So with this one, I'm going to add a little bit more of the pecan flavor. And that was, it wasn't half the bottle, okay? Now we're going to add our pineapple. We're going to add our carrots. Trying to make sure I get them all broken up so they're not in hunks. And then we're going to add about half a cup of our pecans. And we'll leave that last little bit. Okay. So you guys, now the only thing we need to do, we're going to mix our wet with our dry ingredients. I certainly hope you all think this is easy and try it. Please try it. For those of you that may be intimidated by baking, y'all see I'm not even using the mixer. And again, this is a mixture that you do not want to overmix. Just kind of folding it around. Make sure I get all of that flour moistened. And you guys, I have thoroughly sprayed my cake pans up with Baker's Joy. And I'm using my Bake Even strips. They have been moistened. And you just wet them and put them around your cake pans to help your cakes layers bake even. Okay? And they are wet. And then to really get your cake layers the same height, it's really good to, you know, like to measure them in a cup. A lot of times I don't do that, like use a measuring cup and measure out each one, or either weigh the batter. Yeah, I don't usually do that. I probably should, to make sure my cakes are really even, but you know, I really haven't done a lot of layer cakes. But I do love it when the layers are really just perfectly even. But that's not usually my story. I just kind of try to eyeball it. A lot of times it seems like my eyeballs be off. Okay. Going in. You guys hear my bake even strips sizzling? Okay, again, my oven is preheated to 340 degrees. Ouch. I got my arm on the corner of that oven. Ooh. Okay, we're going to set our timer. I'm going to start off by setting it for about 30 minutes. Then I'll check it to see how much longer I need to bake them, since I am baking them a little bit slower. While the cake is in, we're going to go on and work on the icing. If you're new to our channel, welcome. I don't like icing in cakes. That's the reason I've really not done layer cakes, okay? I'm a glaze girl. I love glaze, and I love a thick, heavy glaze. So for some, my glaze may kind of seem like an icing, but it's pourable. That's the difference. So now that I'm doing these layer cakes, I'm having to do icing, and I still do it by hand. I do my glazes by hand, so I'm going to do this icing by hand. By all means, you're more than welcome to use a mixer, but I didn't use the mixer for the cake, and I'm not going to use the mixer for the cake, then have to wash out the bowls and stuff, and then make the ice, then have to wash the bowls again. I like the arm workout, so we're going to make the icing. I said all that to say we're going to do our icing by hand as well. This is 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese that is room temperature. Okay, I like to just kind of smush it up a little bit first. We're going to do about 1.5 sticks of butter. And you guys, I guess baking layer cakes is different than baking a pound cake, because you know pound cakes are susceptible to fall. You know, and I guess a layer cake can fall too, so I'm not over here doing a whole lot of bumping and carrying on while that cake is in the oven, but not as likely as, or not as easy as the pound cake, in my opinion. So, and then my butter is also room temperature, so we're just going to kind of get this mixed up a little bit. You guys, I'm going to do more icing than I did the last time for the humming cake. I made it look a little rustic because the icing was looking skimpy. So I gave it that crumb coat, if you will, rustic look. Honey, we're doing some icing today because I would like it thicker in between the layers. But it's still not going to be so thick that it takes me forever to spread it. Alright? I'm going to add a little bit of my vanilla. And I'm also going to add some of the pecan oil to my cream cheese icing. You guys, I usually get, might as well go and use that last little bit. I like it flavorful, you all. I usually get my oils from, these are LorAnn oils, and I usually get them from my local cake supplier here, Kitchen Cake Magic. Shout out to Miss Lou. So that's where I usually get my LorAnn oils from. I heard that you can order them online. I've never ordered them online. I think I do want to order some stuff, but I've not ordered online yet. And there was a place that I was recommending that somebody had told me about, and then I think some people started having some issues with that place, so I didn't recommend it anymore. Okay, so I'm just going to mix. I had added a little bit. Hey baby, you guys, I'm on Nana duty today. Oh, hey there. I thought I would get this done before he woke up. You gonna say hello to everybody? You gonna say hello? Say, Nana, what you doing? You wanted a piece of bacon and then he was good. You alright? You are? Okay. So you guys, we just mix by hand. Now, it is a little more challenging getting it smooth because of that cream cheese that's in there, okay? So again, if you want to use your mixer, that's fine. But we're going to work it out by hand. Then we mix. Okay. I icing is ready. I've had a great arm workout, so that means our layer should be ready as well. Gonna sit this right here. Back up, baby. You alright? Now, I'm not coming. I'm coming. So we baked for about 30 minutes. 35 minutes. So we're gonna sit here and cool while I be Nana. Nana coming. You can't stand over here. I have the oven open, baby. We are ready to ice, and I wanted to show you guys this. This is the first time I've ever noticed this. I don't think I mentioned it in the beginning, or maybe I did. But where I was emphasizing, I know in my last cake, that this was going to be quick and easy, and we weren't sifting, we weren't doing any of that. We're mixing by hand. This is the first time I've ever noticed on this bag of flour where it says pre-sifted. Have you guys ever noticed that? I was putting the bag away and realized it said pre-sifted. I have never noticed that. You guys, I think my cake layers were a little more even this time. Y'all, I'm so busy trying to get this done and be Nana. I realized I forgot to put my apron back on in my last clip, but I didn't forget to wash my hands. Y'all look, that's pretty, ain't it? And I'm not even finished. Okay. Isn't that pretty? I did pretty good on this layer cake today. Isn't that right? A little bit of baby do.
No.
Yes.
Papa.
Huh? Let's see. I just want to put some on the side. I'm just going to play with this icing, y'all. Yes, honey. Is your cracker good? Any particular reason why you want to step on my foot? Huh? Any particular? Oh, you put your cracker up there. You put your cracker up. Thank you. Y'all already know I'm not getting ready to spend a whole lot of time trying to make this icing all pretty. Y'all know that's why I don't like icing in no cakes, because they be taking all day. Well, it takes me a while to ice in a cake. For those of you who may be a pro, probably doesn't take y'all as long. But we're trying to stand here to get this all pretty. Alright, you guys, we still ended up looking a little rustic. I guess I need to get even more heavy-handed with this icing, but I still love it. Here's to our carrot cake in a layer form with a cream cheese pecan icing, toasted pecans. And the toasted pecans smell wonderful. Tis time. Pretty, y'all. Look at pretty.
It's a gingerbread cake.
Yeah, it's gingerbread. How you know?
It looks like a gingerbread.
What makes it look like a gingerbread cake?
Because all of the gingerbread stuff on the top.
Oh, okay. You are so observant.
I stay on top of things.
What is you doing? Could you put down your little jitterbug?
Okay, that's the top thing.
Could you put down your little jitterbug?
How y'all day been?
For a fork, babe.
A fork?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm over here washed.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Here.
Oh, let me let y'all see this before I get to digging in it. Y'all see? Open your mouth.
Why you gotta cut that part out?
Because I want to.
You're just defiant.
Because I made the cake, I eat what I want to eat. Ain't that right, y'all?
You don't need to
Ain't
eat that,
right?
Donald.
Ain't that right? I get whatever part I want to. Ain't that right? Did he bake the cake? You don't want no good. You mad?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't y'all love it.
No gingerbread. Okay.
You don't know what it is?
I'm on to something here.
Why he trying to figure it out, y'all?
It's definitely some nuts.
Yeah. Ooh.
Some oranges.
Orange.
I see something orange. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Little orange peels.
But you are so smart. You gonna green do something? He looked perplexed.
It's good. I'm trying to figure out what the good is. It's got some ingredients of good in it.
All while I'm trying to get a thumbnail.
Is that a raisin?
No, you didn't want a raisin.
No raisin. I'm trying to say I thought it was.
You
No, it's
didn't want
not.
raisins.
It's not.
Let me see if I can figure it out.
I'm tasting something in there.
Does it taste different than the hummingbird I did last week? That was the last one. It tastes different than that?
It has some similarities to them.
Mm-hmm. But it's different.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure
That's
out.
the good thing about it.
It has some similarities to the hummingbird.
See? But it tastes different. Even though both of them were made the same way, minus something and then
I'm
adding
missing
something.
It's pineapples in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got nuts. I got pineapple.
It really is a different taste than
Yeah.
the hummingbird.
It
You know, the hummingbird, you immediately felt like it was banana nut.
That's what it was. You can feel it.
You
Taste
could
that
use
banana
that
nut.
banana.
Something different. What's the? I see some orange peel.
Orange peels.
Something orange.
Baby, when I asked you about the cake, you said you didn't want raisins.
Right. Oh. Oh.
You didn't want coconut.
This is. I know what this is. This is Oh, the orange is the carrots.
Thank you.
This is the carrot cake.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, I was trying to figure that out, man.
Took you long enough.
I'm just trying to figure.
But it
it out.
don't taste like carrots,
It
does
don't.
it?
It don't.
Probably because they were roasted too, or toasted. I roasted them. I put them in the water for a little while, then I put them in the oven. I felt like the oven was going to dry them out too much, so then I put them back in the water. But I cooked. Isn't it good?
It is. It's just.
And then in this one, I added, in addition to the cinnamon, I added a little bit of nutmeg.
I said, how can two cakes look so similar
And
so
taste,
different?
see y'all, so y'all have two easy cakes
I
that
mean,
taste
really
different.
totally different.
It's good though, isn't it? I was looking forward to doing it. Can I have one more little bite? Thank you. I don't care nothing about You making all them faces behind my head.
That mean, can't you take like little petite bites? I mean,
I am taking petite bites. When it's compared to you eating a whole slice of cake. Like a what?
like a cave woman. It's good. It's good. This puts you in the mood for the holidays.
I know.
It really puts you in the holiday mood. Like, don't we have like some time off work the way you can?
That's good, y'all.
You eat one of these and go to sleep.
Knocking down these layer cakes, y'all. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say?
Those are carrots.
May not be using all that butter and stuff, but these layer cakes require a lot of icing.
That's bad.
Well, you know I'm a glaze girl. I don't like standing there doing all that icing in cakes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So this is making me.
I'm a glaze guy. I forgot there wasn't no glaze on here though.
Yeah, that's icing. But I also I didn't use the mixer.
What?
I mixed it up by hand.
Just
See,
a handmade?
Baby, when I did the hummingbird, I mixed it up by hand. You don't be listening sometimes.
Don't tell me I don't be listening. I be paying attention to you.
It wasn't no need of me pulling out the mixer. I just did it all by hand because you're not trying to get it silky smooth. You're not creaming butter and sugar. You're not doing all that. So I don't like all that washing of the mixer and the mixing bowl 2 times. I'm just going to mix it by hand. But you, like I said, by all means, use your mixer for the cake and or the icing, whatever you like.
That's good.
It is really good. So you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Again, I will be doing more layer cakes and then just some other kind of little desserts. I mean, for those of you that like pound cakes, I have pound cakes on my channel for days. I'm not stopping the pound cakes. I'm just kind of shifting my focus. And you may get a pound cake here and there, you know, during the holiday season. I just did so many. I just did so many pound cakes last year, and then that's predominantly what I do. I just thought I'd do something a little different, and hopefully these layer cakes will be quicker and easier. We're even gonna do some cakes where we jazz up some box cake mix. I mean, 'cause a lot of folks, we just be wanting simple, easy stuff. The holidays are coming. A lot of people are cooking. You know, some folks don't want to be spending 2 hours doing a pound cake or whatever. We just want it easy peasy. I'm trying to think of
and good.
And good and delicious. Is that what I'm gonna call this series? Easy peasy. I mean, because I don't want to, you know, and good, easy peasy, good. I don't want to, you know, slight anybody that feels like, Miss Donna, it's easy for you to say because, you know, you just make it look so easy. You know, again, I don't know your level of learning, but I hope that you will at least try it. And sometimes I think we psych ourselves out thinking something is going to be so difficult. And it makes us afraid to try it. But y'all try some of these layer cakes.
I want a layer cake. I want to put my request in. I want a chocolate one. The traditional chocolate with...
You already had that for your birthday about 3 years ago. Or 2 years ago, something like that.
It's a lot of stuff go through your mind after 3 or 2 years. What was it like in 3 or 2 years ago? So I can't remember. So a chocolate one. With the guys remember with like the yellow inside,
yellow cake,
the yellow cake inside with the chocolate ice. I'm telling you.
I've already done one of those.
What was
Remember I did Smells Like a Church Supper and I did the layer cake with the icing?
Is that what that was?
Yes.
But that was for church. I need one for like home.
Listen, sir. Ain't none of them for home.
Everybody ain't church people.
Because you cut them up and take them to work. So none of... For those of you that ask that question, we always cut the cakes up. He takes them to work and we give them away because we have to get them out of here.
Why?
Because I'd be like this.
Guys, have y'all? She has a habit. It irritates me to no end. You have a cake like this. You want to cut the cake in the form of like a, you know, like she cut the cakes at congruent angles.
I do not. I just cut like this. I do like a slither.
Do a slither. The slither be this way, and then the cake look like it. Well,
see, one thing it don't. Why you gonna tell my business? Why you gonna tell my business?
See, okay, that's a prime example.
I just cut a slither, and it's hard to get a good looking slither.
This is a good slither. Now, see how the cake will go normally, like you will have the cut here? The guy's cut now. Over. And then she'll cut another piece over this way, and the cake just be all off it. So it forces me
That's why we
it
have to
forces
get the
me
cake
to
out
have
there.
to cut out the big piece so I can even it back up. And I don't want to keep cutting them big pieces and eating them big pieces like that because it shouldn't have to be that done like that. So, you know what?
Whatever. Anyway, y'all.
It's okay. It's okay, baby. You can cut it like that.
It was going to be out here in the morning anyway. So thank you.
Now, but I'm going to leave me a big piece for me.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know why he's trying to emphasize for me. If you've not subscribed, please consider.
Why am I emphasizing for me?
It's you, me, and us.
Then what do you do?
If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so.
A slither. Hit the nosy.
Turn on that notification bell.
That's telling you when she's cooking something or when she done made something. That's something going on.
Turn on that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we're over here doing whatever it is we're doing. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us again.
Gotta watch yourself.
Next time.
Hit the nosy. People keep hitting the nosy.
You know, you're kind of quiet today too. Between these last two cakes, they making you. You must like some layer cake, baby.
I like what I do.
You a little calmerish.
You want to keep the calm down? That's because it's a
grown folk.
Grown folk
Cake, y'all. Bye.